Again, we need to pass this bill before September 30th because it involves retroactive relief programs for those who have suffered. In the meantime, I've co-sponsored a bill on livestock. I've sent a letter to the President with Senator Klobuchar and some other senators to put together an interagency task force to address this drought, which is the worst in 50 years. I was talking a little bit about blender pumps, and that's going to bring us to really what we're talking about here, which is the renewable fuel standard. I know that the drought has driven up the price of corn and has driven up the price of beans. And I know what that means to livestock producers. And I know that this has created some schisms in the ag community between some of the corn growers and some of the livestock producers, especially I think those in pork, those in poultry. I kind of take my lead from Kevin Papp, who wrote an email to a number of ag leaders in the state saying he doesn't want to see the ag community get in a circular firing squad. And I agree with that, and I think we have to be able to work together to try to address this. I think the renewable fuel standard is very important for a number of reasons. I think that it addresses our dependence on foreign oil and trade imbalance. You know, and you can have an oil spill. You can't have, you're not going to have an ethanol spill in the Gulf. That ain't going to happen. So I think it's good. It's also good for our environment. And I believe also that ethanol has been very good for the rural economy. And these co-ops have been very, very good for these communities, very good for farmers. And we have to find a way to preserve that. And I also think that now is not the time to in any way abandon ethanol, because I really believe it is a platform for cellulosic, for other advanced fuels, for algal fuel. And we have biodiesel refineries, essentially, in this state, and a lot of them. And we don't want to abandon them. We want to keep them going and keep them, continue to be biofuel refineries, whether it is corn stover, corn cobs, prairie grass, other biomass, whether it's algal. This is a part and a significant part of our energy future. So that's why this discussion of the RFS is so important. And it's why I want to hear not just from these folks here these very distinguished folks here on the panel, but from those in the audience when we get to the questions and answers. Because I imagine there are folks who are from sort of the other side of the equation of this, who have been hurt by the rising costs of grain, of feed for their livestock. So I thank you for being here. I look forward to this panel, and again, thank you for being such good friends and for helping me.